Capital with more on that. Good morning.
Good morning, Tim. And at first, it was just cities and towns under a red alert that were allowed to roll back. But the governor just announced yesterday that now municipalities that are also under an orange alert, they could roll back. One of those cities includes New Haven, that Mayor Justin Elicker recently announced that they will be rolling back. We also heard from Stamford, Bridgeport. They are also being added to the list of reverting back to phase 2 of reopening. Now, the governor, they are going back to phase 2. They were scheduled to start on a hybrid learning plan on November 9th, so just in a couple of days. But the mayor just recently announced that they're going to stick with remote learning until further notice. We're live from the state capitol. Lissette Nunez, Fox 61 News.
Lissette Nunez joins us with what she's working on. Hey, Lissette.
Good morning, and we have a special edition of Foodie Friday today. We are at Frida in West Hartford, where they're getting ready for their Day of Their Dead celebration. We're talking the
Fox 61's Lissette Nunez. She's at Frida in West Hartford this morning with more on this annual tradition. Hey, Lissette, good morning.
Good morning. I'm really excited about this special edition of Foodie Friday. This one actually means a lot to me because my parents are both born in Mexico. So Day of the Dead, El Día de los Muertos, is something that we celebrate. And I was so happy to find a Mexican restaurant here in Connecticut that they've been doing a lot of work the last couple of weeks to get ready for their celebration. So they are getting ready to celebrate it, as you mentioned, Ashley, November 1st and November 2nd. It is a 2-day holiday, and they've set up this beautiful spread here just to give you an idea of what Day of the Dead is. I want to go ahead and bring in the co-owner, Xiomara. Can you talk to us a little bit more about what Day of the Dead is and what that typically looks like in Mexico, because you're also from Mexico?
I am. Good morning. So basically, Day of the Dead in Mexico, we celebrate, it's a huge celebration. We do celebrate our ancestors who are not in this life anymore. Basically, we have decorations everywhere. We have Catrinas. We do have a lot of food. We go to the cemetery usually and bring all the food over there. So we have candies for the little ones, and it's a very, very good memory for all Mexicans that day.
And I just want to give you guys a wider look at just some of the decorations they have here. So some of the paper you've probably seen in other Mexican restaurants as well. That is papel picado. And then they obviously have a lot of pictures of Frida Kahlo for the name Frida, the restaurant. But I also want to talk about the delicious food we're looking at right now. For that, I want to go ahead and bring in Sandy, one of the other co-owners. Can you briefly tell us what this dish is? And this is one of the dishes you guys plan on serving for El Día de los Muertos.
Yes. So the mole means is a very traditional dish for the Mexicans, and is very popular in weddings, birthdays, and for this day is also very special for the Mexicans and the celebration. So the mole always made with Mexican spices. Also they include like peanuts, chocolate, and other spices that the chef use for our mole. And we can do with the yellow rice and white rice, but also we add some sesame seeds on top.
So this is just a preview of what's ahead for Dia de los Muertos. This is just a traditional dish. Coming up in the next hour, we're going to be showing you drinks and also some desserts, so make sure you stay with us for that. But for now, we're live in West Hartford. Lissette Nunez, Fox 61 News.
It is a 2-day holiday that is celebrated in November. It's the 1st through the 2nd, and Lissette Nunez joins us from Frida in West Hartford with more on this annual tradition. Hey, Lissette, good morning.
Good morning. I have to say, Tim, I'm pretty impressed. That was pretty good. Dia de los Muertos, Day of the Dead. Here at Frida in West Hartford, they are going to be celebrating it this weekend. They're starting on Sunday, and it goes to Monday. So as we heard Ashley mention, it is a 2-day Mexican holiday. So in the last hour, we showed you their mole dish. It's still out here, so I'm going to give you a quick look. So it's a savory dish. It has chicken, and it's also in a rich sauce. It has peanuts and chocolate. So this is typically what is served for the Day of the Dead. But now we're going to move on to dessert and talk about that. For that, I want to go ahead and bring in Xiomara. She is one of the co-owners. So tell us what we're looking at right now.
So we are looking at the pan de muerto. Pan de muerto, it's bread of the dead. It's made with flour, obviously. The little things on top of the pan de muerto, we call a little bones from the skeletons. It's filled with pastry cream. It's not sweet, just a little bit. Very popular in Mexico at this time. And then also you can have some warm chocolate from the grandma's recipe. Okay, it goes perfectly with the pan de muerto.
Gotcha. I also want to show them their chef. This is Silverio right here. He is the man behind a lot of these recipes. Silverio, tell us about some of the work and just some of the ingredients that go into some of these dishes.
Ingredients.
¿De todo?
A little.
Del mole.
Do you want to talk about just about the Day of the Dead and some of the stuff of the skull? I also want to talk about that.
Yes, sure. Okay, so we have a lot of decoration. I'm going to mention something very important. Okay, calaveritas. Calaveritas, it's a trick-or-treating for kids. Okay, we are very careful when we pack these things because of the pandemic. We want to make sure that everyone is safe. Free pine nuts, just in case that you get it, Sunday or Monday. We're going to give in that for kids. We use sugar, skulls, very traditional. It's supposed to have our names on top, just for tradition. A lot of skulls everywhere. What else can I?
Yeah, and I also want to mention that this is typically a very upbeat holiday, even though it sounds like, well, we're talking about death, obviously, but we're also just celebrating life and our loved ones.
Exactly.
Right, so I do want to highlight that our ancestors, so that's pretty much what this celebration entails. So we'll be going more in depth into that. We're also going to be showing you some drinks that you guys will be serving this weekend. Yes. That is coming up in the next hour, but for now we're live at Frida in West Hartford. Lissette Nunez, Fox 61 News.
Thank you. Those
Talking food and holidays.
And we are celebrating Dia de los Muertos, also known as Day of the Dead, for this special edition of Foodie. Fox 61's Lissette Nunez. We're in Frida in West Hartford, and we're giving you a close look at some of the tasty food.
joining us at Frida in West Hartford this morning. A very special day for her because her heritage is Mexican. She's teaching us all about it. Good morning, Lissette.
Good morning, Tim and Ashley. And I purposely wore this mask because my mom actually brought it from Mexico, and it also kind of goes with the theme and everything that we're doing today. Embroidered flowers, it's something that you really see in Mexican culture. So Day of the Dead, Dia de los Muertos, as you mentioned, it's a 2-day celebration. They're going to be celebrating it here at Frida in West Hartford. So it gets started Sunday and then goes on until Monday. And they've set up this beautiful spread for us this morning. As I mentioned, culture is a huge part of this day, but also food. We got to have some food, obviously. I want to bring in Xiomara, one of the co-owners here. Want to talk about culture here. You talked about the ofrenda. That's a big part. Can you explain to our viewers at home what that is?
Yes, ofrenda means a lot for us, for all Mexicans. Ofrenda is going to be outside. So basically, it's a big table where we put all the food that our ancestors used to love. It could be mole, it could be pan, it could be pictures of them. So we celebrate, we honor them with a big ofrenda. It's going to be outside, so don't be afraid if you stop by just to look at about the ofrenda. You don't have to come inside if you don't feel comfortable, but it's going to be displayed outside. It's going to be big. Mm-hmm.
And then also, I mean, just in general, we've been talking about COVID-19, but, you know, they've put plenty of safety measures in place, such as the plexiglass and also dividers between each of the tables, just so folks could feel safe and also take part in this celebration. So tell us, I'm going to go ahead and bring in Sandy now. So tell us what folks can expect on Sunday and Monday. I heard you have to RSVP because this is going to be really popular.
Yes. So we welcome everybody, even the kids. Everybody's welcome to our day celebration. And what the expecting is we're going to give it like candies, like Xiomara said before. It's all free peanuts, so you don't have to worry about any allergies or something like that. And also, we going to make that day very special for our guests, so they can learn a little bit more about our culture and about what is that means the Day of the Day.
Okay. And I want to give one last look at some of the food that we're looking at right now. So we have the mole, we also have the hot chocolate, tamales, and then also just one last thing. I know that Ashley mentioned this in the last hit that we did. These are sugar skulls. These are handmade. They take a really, really long time to make. Some people eat them. I wouldn't recommend eating them. They're more for a decoration. But yeah, this is just some really beautiful stuff here as they celebrate El Día de los Muertos. Coming up in the next hour, their bartender just got here. So it is Friday. We do have to have a couple of drinks. So he will...
That's his name.
He will be showing us just some of the drinks they will be making for El Día de los Muertos. We're live in West Hartford, Lissette Nunez, Fox 61 News. And we are celebrating Día de los Muertos, also known as Day of the Dead, for this special edition of Foodie Friday. On Fox 61's Lissette Nunez, we're in Frida in West Hartford, and we're giving you a close look at some of the tasty food.
As joining us from Frida in West Hartford this morning, Lissette, you've been promising the drinks all morning.
Yeah.
Let's see them.
Let's hit him.
Alrighty, it's Friday. It is time to show you some drinks. We already showed the dinner and the desserts, but it's time to get some drinks in, right? So for that, we have Sandy. We also have a bartender here preparing some of the drinks. So Sandy, can you walk us through just some of the ingredients he's using and what kind of drinks you guys are serving? Because it's special to El Día de los Muertos.
Yes, it is. So what he's making right now is the tequila de los muertos. It's with avión añejo, Aperol, and sweet vermouth. So he made that drink very special for this day, so everybody can enjoy it.
Is it very strong?
Not really. Not really. If you like tequila, you will enjoy.
Okay,
Yes.
And he's finishing up that drink right now. I know there's also a second drink on the menu, also special to El Día de los Muertos. Which one's that one?
Yes, so the second one, we call it Raise the Dead. It's with avión reposado, honey sample, lemon, apple, ginger bitters, and cherry liquor. So as you see, he's pouring right now is our first drink.
Tequila de los Muertos.
Tequila de los Muertos.
Okay, that's tequila for the dead.
Yeah,
Okay.
tequila for the dead.
All right. Look, he's finishing up, garnishing. What is that? Is that a dried orange or lemon?
Lemon.
All right.
Yes.
Well, there you go. You have Tequila de los Muertos. He's going to work on another drink, but I also want to go ahead and bring in Macy to talk a little bit. This is the first time you're also learning about the Day of the Dead. You're a server here, so tell us what this whole experience has been like in the preparation, working with the restaurant as well.
All right, like over the past couple months just working here with all these people, it's been a real eye-opener. As someone that's grown up and been here in America my entire life, it gives me an opportunity to learn about their culture, learn about their traditions in a way. And just with this whole celebration going on this weekend and working all weekend, it gives me that opportunity to learn more. And I feel like everyone should come out and enjoy this with us. It'd be a great opportunity.
Awesome. So he is just getting ready to finish up that drink. Once again, a reminder for folks, this is happening on Sunday and Monday. You are urged to RSVP just to make sure you have a seat here, because obviously we're still operating under COVID-19 health guidelines. Is the last drink ready? We're going to get it in? So this last one is Tequila of the Dead. And remind me of the second.